Hey folks, this time we're in a replay by Juffo, playing his M41. Now this is a really good match, and a really good demonstration of the M41's capabilities. Juffo ended up pretty much carrying the weight of the world upon his shoulders in this match, and because the M41 has such incredibly strong shoulders for a light tank at any rate, he was able to pull it off.
Let's get this show on the road.
So let's have a look at how this goes. First note, he's using the autoloader on this tank. Personally, I prefer the regular gun. The autoloader does shave a second off between shots, bringing it down from the 3-second reload to 2 seconds between shots, and you have the 10-second, or sorry, not 10-second, the 30-second reload between every 10 shots, which is a pretty significant issue for a light tank. If you get pushed on during that time, you're in deep shit. So the gun choice comes down to playstyle and ability. Personally, I don't have the talent or the desire to use the autoloader. I too often find myself getting caught in situations where I need to be able to keep up a constant withering fire on the enemy, or I will die horribly. I just don't have the skill at timing reloads that you really need. But then again, seeing the results that people have got with it, I'm certainly not going to go ahead and say it's a wrong choice. I'm just going to go ahead and say that for my own playstyle and from my own experience, it's a suboptimal choice for me. Your mileage may vary, and in fact probably will. Big hit goes into the Tiger there from Audi. Now, that was a bit careless and highlights the main Achilles heel of the Bulldog, which is its incredibly fragile ammo rack. If you get hit basically anywhere in the front end of the tank from any angle, you're probably going to lose your rack, which is not really something you want. Quite often when Bulldogs end up tussling, they will rack each other, and at least one of them will have their turret blown off. It's pretty regular. Just about every time I see a Bulldog take more than 1 or 2 hits in quick succession, it loses its turret. Although Juffo's still got 6 shots left, he's just biding his time at the moment, which is certainly the correct thing to do. There's no reason to charge in, risk his hit points, getting shots at that scent. Not while it might have a chance of shooting back at him, but now it's distracted and it's broadsiding. It's making itself a very tempting target indeed. Very tempting. Unfortunate miss there, and Juffo takes a hit, but with the faster rate of fire, much faster, he's able to take out the snow. Take note though, he is missing half his hit points already. He's only been hit twice by a Centurion. That's not a particularly high alpha gun for a tier 8, bear in mind. So, yeah, that's like the best case scenario for a tier 8 getting shots at you, and still he's missing half his hit points. This is not a tank you can afford to make mistakes in. But if you can avoid making those mistakes, it rewards you quite handsomely. Some shots here at the KV4. They are difficult targets at the best of times for a light tank, particularly at this distance. So rather than staying and taking blind shots at something he can't even be sure he'll pen, Juffo gets the exposed shot into the JT and then just sits and waits for a second. Another JT actually gets lit, again with a side to Juffo. Unfortunately, his shots decide to hit just behind it, the first one going into a rock, the second one going into the dirt. Shit happens, you know, it's an auto-loading 76mm light tank gun. It's got the kind of shell velocity that the railgun high-tier medium guns have, but it kind of does have accuracy issues at very long range. Which isn't to say it's inaccurate at all, it's just, it's not an E50M. KV4's fuel tank is hit, which is to say the KV4 has been hit. The KV series heavies are basically just giant fuel tanks on tracks. It burns down for most of its health. carry an automatic fire extinguisher for fuck's sake, especially if you're playing a heavy tank. There's no excuse for burning down in a tier 8, none at all. Unless you had an extinguisher and you already used it, in which case you're just astronomically unlucky. Juffo is getting pretty low on hit points here. He can only take one more hit, and then he's going to be out of the game. So he has to bide his time a little, wait for the shots to come to him instead of going looking for the shots, and so begins working on these distracted guys in the middle, who aren't likely to return fire and probably don't even realize what's shooting them. The JT is looking in the right general direction, but isn't actually looking at Juffo. Seems to be trying to hit T-34. That, or it just couldn't tell exactly where Juffo was. He's now up to 2600 damage, 2 kills, but his team is falling apart around him. This is not a good situation to be in. Particularly on top of this hill, there's not really any easy escape route. Even if you can carefully drive down the cliff face without taking any damage, you have to drive through the swamp and then the exposed middle, and you'll just get caught up from behind. So Juffo takes a big risk. Knowing the JT was looking at coming up the ramp, he comes flying down here, hoping it'll be partway up the ramp. He's able to take out the Roomba, blasts straight past, well not straight past, but straight at the AT-7, stops just long enough to kill it, finishes the T-32 before it can get a shot off. Now that's some spectacular light tank play right there. That kind of speed and aggression is really the hallmark of somebody who will do well in this tank. If you can get that kind of, I almost want to say combo, because that's what it was. If you can get that kind of combo going in a light tank, you'll go far in the Bulldog. Now again, a case for the autoloader there, he probably would not have survived that if he had been using a regular gun. So again, it's 6 to 1, half a dozen to the other. It really is personal choice. Honestly, when push comes to shove, I think I will probably just get both guns and switch between them as the mood takes me. I do actually have a Bulldog. I'm just absolutely useless at it and haven't had really much chance to play it so far, with most of my games being crushing defeats that I can't really influence, which is a far cry from what's going on here. Juffo is single-handedly taking his puppies and dragging them up by their bootstraps, since they are unwilling to do it themselves. Artie's spotted, but it doesn't spot Juffo back. And now it's fired. Easy meat, as long as it hasn't got the other Artie covering it. Juffo takes a chance and comes up anyway. By the time he's lit, he's already basically got that guy banged to the right. Both TDs are up in the northeast. One of them goes down anyway. They're not a threat to Juffo right now. Now on his 6th kill, and with nearly 3,500 damage under his belt, Juffo goes back down the southeast path to try and lend some support to his teammates and clean up this JT-88. Actually, he spots the enemy tunnel as well, who has curiously decided to push all the way up here and try and pretend he's a TD. Doesn't work out for him. Unfortunate bounce there, but that's what happens when you're shooting at a JT at this kind of speed, but he's able to redeem himself by popping it in the back. He's now on reload, but it doesn't matter anyway, because with 8 kills and 3,700 damage, his team is now in a position where they can quite easily win this. Even if the T-34 doesn't want to wait for his gun to aim. The S51 is fired, oh sorry, not the S51, the M12 is fired, the S51 just fired then, my bad. And so Juffo does still have some time to make a move. with the T-34 in direct support, and the S-51 soon to have another shot up. Juffo is able to push, spot the M12. And although he is taking a bit of a risk here, he heads around the back of it to provide a distraction while the T-34 finishes it. If you notice, the M12 was looking this way towards its own base, expecting Juffo to come blazing around that corner. So really, that's it. That's it. It's M41 Walker-Bulldog.avi. 37-26 damage, 8 kills, and undeniably the man of the match. I wish I could do this in mine, but we'll have to wait and see. I hope you enjoyed that replay as much as I did. I wish you the best of luck in the field, and I hope if you have one of these things, you too can enjoy this kind of match, because really, I mean, what more could you ask for? Well, other than your own puppies to actually pull their weight, I suppose.